Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're diving into the invisible signals that are pretty much running our daily lives. From the phone that's always in your hand to the smart speaker in your living room, it's all part of this huge, unseen network. So just for a second, think about it. How many signals are flying through the air around you right now? It's definitely not just your Wi-Fi or your cell signal. You're actually sitting in the middle of a really busy ecosystem of different wireless technologies. And believe me, each one has a very specific job to do.
Okay, let's get into it. We're going to start super close to home with the most personal connection you have, your phone. Then we'll zoom out to the Wi-Fi that lets the internet run free, take a look at the bubble of devices that follows you around, and then we'll reveal the secret ingredient that makes all of this even possible.
Right, let's kick things off with something we all do, probably 100 times a day: sending a message. Seems so simple, right? But the way your phone actually talks to another phone has been through this massive, massive evolution. I mean, it all started with that humble SMS message, just 160 characters sent over the cellular network. That's it. Then came MMS, which was a huge deal because we could finally send pictures and little videos. But the real game changer? Instant messaging. That's when our chats jumped off the cell network and onto the internet. And now, the next big thing is RCS, which is basically designed to give your phone's built-in messaging app all those cool features you get in a chat app. Like read receipts and sending high-res photos. Okay, so from your phone's one-on-one chats, let's zoom out of it. Let's talk about your connection to the entire web. This is where Wi-Fi comes into the picture, and it's what truly, finally freed the internet from being stuck to a cable in the wall. The wireless web, it's such a simple idea, but it's so powerful, it literally changed everything. It's all powered by radio frequencies. You can just think of them as invisible highways in the air, and we all just call it Wi-Fi. This is the tech that gave us the freedom we now completely 100% take for granted. And this brings up something that gets a lot of people confused. So here's a really easy way to think about it. Wi-Fi is your high-speed local hookup. It's for your house, the office, a coffee shop. Cellular data, on the other hand, is for everywhere else. It's what keeps you online when you're out and about. They're just two different tools for two very different jobs. All right, now let's zoom in even closer. I mean, right into the personal bubble of gadgets and devices that you carry with you or have set up in your home. This is the next layer of our invisible network. Now, the key thing to get here is that this network isn't really about getting you on the web at all. Nope. This is what we call a wireless personal area network, or a PAN. It's the secret language that lets your headphones talk to your phone, lets your smartwatch sync your steps, and lets your phone pay for your coffee with just a quick tap. And each of these little technologies has its own special superpower. Bluetooth, it's the master of low-power connections over a few meters, which is why it's perfect for your headphones. NFC is all about that quick tap. It's super short range and really secure, so it's ideal for mobile payments. Zigbee is the quiet engine running your smart home, creating this whole team of devices that work together. And good old IRDA, well, it's still the king of simple line-of-sight remote controls. So we've seen how our phones talk to each other, how our devices all connect, but what makes all of this incredible innovation even possible in the first place? Well, there's a kind of unsung hero working behind the scenes. The best way to picture it is like a public park for radio waves. See, unlike the big radio highways that cell carriers pay billions of dollars to use all by themselves, this space, it's open for anyone. Anyone can use it, anyone can build on it. It's basically public property, totally free for all. And what's so important to understand is that because the spectrum is free to use, it let all these brilliant ideas just flourish without needing a ton of money or some special government permission slip. It basically created a public sandbox for engineers and inventors to just play. And just look at what grew in that public park. I mean, the impact is just incredible. All these technologies we completely rely on every single day. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, even your garage door opener. All of them were born and raised in this open, unlicensed space. And its importance today is, well, it's staggering. And it's not just for convenience. We're talking about critical stuff. The vast majority of data traffic in healthcare and our smart energy grids runs over this unlicensed spectrum. And get this, up to 90% of the data on your smartphone is actually carried over it, all thanks to Wi-Fi. So you can really start to see how it all connects, right? It all layers together.
From that personal text message on the cell network to the local Wi-Fi that lets the internet loose, to that personal bubble of devices all around you, and it's all made possible by that open, public park in the airwaves.
The next wave of technology is already building on top of this foundation. We're talking about AI that can understand emotion, augmented reality that lays data right over our world, maybe even holographic video calls. This entire future is going to be powered by this invisible network. And really, it all leads to one very exciting question. What's going to grow in that public park next?